All right, so we're out here in front of the DC courthouse. We came to amend the writ of mandamus. One of the other individuals filed a mandamus to the appellate level and had to double check on something because I saw the docket and it says that the response to the order to show cause was filed on the 2nd when it was filed on the 1st. We are here at the William Bryant Annex, the district courthouse here in DC. We have filed a writ of habeas corpus here, and I have filed today to ask to consolidate or combine the writ of habeas corpus with writ of mandamus. The amendment includes Director Patel. Initially, it was just the Department of Justice, which would mean it would be Honorable Bondi and Janine Pirro because the U.S. Attorney represents the DOJ. Again, I'm not preferring action against them in a derogatory manner. It's important for the DOJ to intercede to address the issue of the unaliving of my first wife's father by the cartel in the County of Napa. Thank you, guys. So I had an interesting experience. We attended one of the hearings right now and got to see justice play out here in DC. We got to see like the body camera footage and the interaction between the interdiction team. And it really supports the narrative of the significance of the National Guard being here and the increasement of law enforcement. I actually got to see it with my own eyes today. But the reason why I'm here is because the cartel kidnapped and unalived my first wife's father in San Diego. They dispatched him and discarded him on the freeway. After I left the Army between 2008 and 2010, I served as a confidential human source for the Department of Justice. I operated against these groups in Mexico and San Diego. In the County of Napa, they were being investigated by the FBI and the DOJ. And as a whistleblower, I was retaliated upon and exposed by the County of Napa to include Allison Haley. My spouse works for the County of Napa. We're in a divorce. That individual was arrested for trafficking for the Sinaloa cartel in San Diego. And to retaliate for whistleblowing to the FBI and the DOJ, the County of Napa, who was under investigation by the DOJ and the FBI, exposed my true name as a confidential human source, put it out there in the public. And so I've preferred action against them here in Washington, D.C., only because the DOJ and the FBI has purview here, because it's the DOJ and the FBI that has a duty to protect the identities of confidential human sources. So I've requested, I filed a writ of mandamus here in Washington, D.C., and asked that the D.C. court compel that duty be performed. So that's where we're at. So I've also filed a writ of habeas corpus to address the erroneous action that's been discharged by the County of Napa, and asked that the DOJ prefer criminal action against the operators within the County of Napa. All of them were subjects of an FBI and DOJ investigation relative to a myriad of roughly about 40 wineries and the owners of wineries like Camus and Darioche. They were all persons of interest, to include my county supervisor, Alfredo Pedroza, who was a subject of the wiretaps in the Napa County investigation. All of those individuals are cited in the writ of mandamus, as well a writ of certiorari to the United States Supreme Court. I'm a self-represented litigant. I'm just a father asking for the United States Department of Justice to protect my son from potential cartel violence for me volunteering to serve the DOJ between 2008 and 2010 to complement the valor of my brothers that passed away in combat operations in Afghanistan and Iraq. So here we are. The writ of mandamus is filed, the writ of habeas is filed, and we're on our way to go cure the writ of certiorari to the United States Supreme Court. There's an establishment here in DC that will do the binder booking, the binder format booking for you at a cost. I'll find out how much that's going to cost today, and I'll make some videos to show you guys how to use Word document to produce your own writ of certiorari or whatever you're going to do, writ of habeas corpus to the United States Supreme Court. But right now, we're in the DC court right here. It's John Anaya versus DOJ. John Anaya versus the County of Napa. There's a 42 USC 1983 civil RICO action in the Eastern District of Virginia, Richmond. It's also John Anaya versus Napa County et al. Everything's detailed in there. The evidence packet that shows the connection between Napa County Associates and the Sinaloa cartel, which initiates 18 USC 2339 Bravo, which is providing material support to FTOs because they willfully, intentionally exposed a deactivated confidential human source for the DOJ. That's me, to retaliate against me, and therefore they placed my son and my family and everybody in danger because they wanted to get revenge for me whistleblowing against the County of Napa for what they're doing to people out there. Again, all you gotta do is Google Napa County, DOJ, FBI investigation. You can see the wiretaps and everything against the county supervisor and the tax recorder for the County of Napa. Came all the way here across the country to ask for them to intercede against the County of Napa here from DC.